Everybody, welcome back to Power Play. We're joined as always by Chris Uminski. Chris, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Brian. How are you?
Doing quite well. Excited to talk about some Bruins hockey. We're getting down to it, Chris. Is that right?
Yes, we are coming up. We're not quite in the home stretch just yet, but we've got 14 games left to play, and the and we're starting to see what the playoff picture is going to be.
So, where are the Bruins fitting in right this second?
So right now, the Atlantic Division is the tightest division in hockey.
Mm-hmm.
The Panthers are obviously going to win the division. They are
Right.
one of, if not the best team in the league right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it is so basically it is a three-way race for second place between the Bruins, the Lightning, and the Leafs.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, the Leafs and Lightning are tied for second, 90 points each, and Bruins are a game behind that.
Okay, so really not bad.
We're not bad at all. We are still in a playoff spot. It's the wild card, which isn't ideal, but we still technically make the playoffs if the season ended today.
Yeah, and I guess what are your predictions for this down the stretch run? Where do you think the Bruins are going to end up? Who do you think is going to get that second spot? If not the Bruins, what are your thoughts?
If it isn't the Bruins, it's going to be Toronto or Tampa. Honestly, I've been feeling like Toronto might get that. They've been looking very strong lately.
Much to your chagrin, I'm sure.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
Oh man, but yeah, I mean they beat the Bruins recently, But I did see you on Twitter saying that game seems to have woken the Bruins up in some way.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, that was just a disgraceful loss to Toronto last week. And for me personally, I talk way too much shit about Toronto for the Bruins to play like that.
They are letting me in particular down right now.
Yes. And I'm going to feel dirty for saying this.
Okay.
Thank God for the Montreal Canadiens. They had 2 whole wins in a row, which is great considering they've been out of the playoffs for like a month now.
It's been rough.
But they beat Toronto and Tampa, which is keeping the Bruins in it.
All right. Hey, Canadians, we always loved you guys. I don't know. Just don't look at our back catalog.
No. Thanks this one time, but we're not going to reciprocate here.
Okay. That's probably fair.
But yeah, the Bruins kicked the crap out of the Devils after that loss to Toronto, which was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, I bet. It was, 8-1?
8-1.
Yeah. So, Jesus Christ. I know someone who brought his son to that game.
My brother was there.
Yeah, he's a Devils fan, though, so it was a rough one for them.
Yikes.
So, hey, it is what it is.
Yeah. And then we beat the Blue Jackets a couple nights ago. We're going to get them again, and we're recording this on Monday in about 10 minutes.
All right, let's fucking go. Prediction for that game?
We're going to win. We're a much better team than the Blue Jackets. Thanks in no part. Do I need to simp a little bit? Hampus Lindholm. The addition of Hampus Lindholm, he looks the way that Taylor Hall looked last year when we got him. He's such a good fit, stuck right on the top pair for the defenseman, and he's just brought new life to the blue line.
I mean, that's huge.
Oh, it really is. Like, how many times do I get to come on here and say nice things about the Bruins defense?
Pretty much, I don't think ever. I don't think that's happened one time in all the. We're probably pushing like 50 episodes at this point.
Something like that.
It's happened once. So this is good. This is a positive thing.
It is. And since David Krejci left, the Bruins have been desperately searching for a second line center, and I think that we've got it in Eric Holla.
Hey, that's what's up.
Yeah, like him and Lindholm have been such great playmakers.
Mm-hmm.
They look good. They look great with their line mates. The chemistry is there, and I'm very optimistic going forward and going into the playoffs.
Awesome. Well, on the way to the playoffs, every team's going to have to encounter this. The referees, there's some controversy you mentioned before we started recording. You want to get into that?
Yeah. So, the owners meeting was the NHL owners meeting. It happens once a year, where all of the owners plus the commissioner basically get together, and it's like the state of the league.
Yeah.
And I guess there was just some discussion in the meeting that NHL officiating, which I've said before and I'll say it every time, I believe it is the worst officiating in all of sports, and yes, I include the NFL in that.
Yeah, the NFL is up there, but you're saying it's so much worse than the NHL.
It's so much, and it's particularly bad this year. And the thing that I can't stand about the NHL is just how protective they are of their officials, no matter how good of a job that they're doing. And Gary Bettman came out in the press conference after the owners meeting and said first two things. He said the NHL doesn't have a cap problem, which it does. Like it doesn't have like a but the biggest thing is he basically threatened all of the NHL GMs and owners, saying don't say anything in public about our officiating and how bad it is.
Okay.
Or he's gonna like impose like huge fines.
Yeah, I mean, I know the NFL doesn't like their coaches, players complaining about that, but it to this point where the coaches, GMs kind of able to have more free reign, or were the always kind of like this, so now they're just taking it another step?
Well, it's really been last year and this year that I've been really noticing how awful Gary Bettman is.
Okay.
And I feel like the owners in the NHL have a lot of power. They frankly, just because Arizona's owner is good friends with Gary Bettman, so he's using his own power to keep the team in the Phoenix area, and we've already talked about that.
Yes.
But I feel like this is really kind of unprecedented, where he's directly going after the owners and the general managers. Like I feel like you don't really hear about that a lot.
Right. Yeah, no, I mean, it's an interesting situation. I mean, has it been, like, I guess, would these complaints be warranted from the GMs and coaches?
Absolutely. Absolutely 100%.
Yeah, so, I mean, that makes it even more, difficult, because how can you feel you're playing, like, to the best that your team can play when there's this unknown element of what the refs are going to do?
Yeah, and in the last couple of weeks, there have been bad non-calls, bad calls, bad like goalie interference calls that have affected the outcomes of games. And that's unacceptable in a league as big as the NHL.
Right. What do you think is gonna What do you think is gonna take for the NHL to take it more seriously? Is it gonna be like the Stanley Cup being won or lost, or maybe not as dramatic? Maybe a playoff series.
I think it's gonna be that. It's gonna be a playoff series or the Stanley Cup itself being affected by terrible officiating.
Yeah. Which, I mean, obviously no one wants, but on the other hand, it's like maybe that's what it's gonna take to get this addressed.
I hope it isn't. I hope it isn't. They need to grow some brains and fix this.
Yeah, no.
If they want people to come back to their sport, then they have to fix this.
Yeah. No, totally agree and see where you're coming from there. Anything else you want to talk about before we get on out of here?
Nope. I think that's it. Just looking forward to the playoffs. and screw the Leafs.
All right. Hey, screw the Leafs. You heard it here. Not first, but quite often. Chris, where can they find you online?
You can get me on Twitter, Chris_Umidsky, for all of my general hockey memes, hockey news. And you can also join the mission. You can join the mission of us bringing back the Hartford Whalers. You can do that by following at Whalers Revival, and you can keep track of my progress to bring them back.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. So you want to get in on the ground floor here, so you can say,
Right.
You were there when it started. You can follow me on Twitter at @theFakeBMar. This BMA. Let's try that again. You can follow me on Twitter at BMA. Whatever. Just fucking. Just follow me there. Follow the channel on Twitter at WG Everything and at Wicked Good Sport. Instagram Wicked Everything. Twitch at twitch.tv/Wicked Everything. And on TikTok, search Wicked Good Sport. Search Wicked Good Everything. Chris, thank you so much for your time.
All right, thank you.
And we'll see you all in the next one.